हेलो गुड मॉर्निंग जाना।
गुड मॉर्निंग से।
ये कोई नहीं ज्वाइन नहीं हुआ है अभी।
हाँ सर, थोड़ा वेट कर लेते हैं नहीं।
कुछ बोला क्या मुन्ना मुमताज और वकास ने?
नहीं, अभी तो बात नहीं, कुछ कोई किसी ने नहीं बोला।
हम्म,
तो वेट करते हैं सर 5 मिनट, फिर अगेन भी स्टार्ट।
हम्म, हम्म, Okay, we'll start today's session. People will join later. All right, guys. In yesterday's class, I believe I have cleared everything. Any doubt in KMS session? No, right?
नो सर।
Okay. मुमताज आपको समझ में आ रही ना पूरा? नहीं नहीं आ रहा है तो बता दो
नहीं नहीं
फिर से।
सर, इतना अच्छा बोल रहे तो क्यों नहीं समझ में आता।
ओके, आप पढ़ लो फिर से और ट्राई कर
हाँ
लो।
हाँ, ठीक है सर।
Okay, so let us start a new service today. Okay, so just a second. Okay, so yeah, today we're gonna talk about storage. Okay, so we'll talk about the storage, how storage, what are the different types of storages are there in AWS and how do we use it. Okay, this is very one of the important section because you need to be aware of storage functions and all, right? How to use it at what kind of scenario, how you can cross use it. Okay, so that's why we're gonna talk about storage. It will be more of theory, but it will be interesting if you focus. Okay, but I'll explain you in such a way that you can remember it using a flow chart. Okay, so I'm gonna talk completely about AWS storage. All right, so let us start today's session. Okay, so whenever we talk about a storage in AWS, we have two types. One is block storage and other one is file storage. Okay, so you may ask S3 is also storage service, right? So S3 is a object store. Okay, so if we talk about storage service, so one is block storage, another one is file storage. Okay, file storage, block storage, and object storage. These are the main things. Okay, so now you guys have learned about object storage. Okay, S3 we had a S3 class now that complete S3 properties, functions, permissions, management. Okay, you have learned completely. Okay, now you have good knowledge on S3 object storage. You have completed. Okay, in this class we're gonna talk about these two storage. Okay, what are these two types storage and what all we have, how to use this storage, and what scenarios you will go with block storage, and what scenario you will go with file storage. All those things you are gonna learn in this class. So if you complete these two, then you are good with entire storage service in AWS. All right. So if they ask any questions, if you are going for the exam, right, you can attend storage. Okay. If they ask any questions on the storage, you can easily answer. Okay. So let us start. So, what is a type of storage of your hard disk, right? That means now you are using a laptop, right? You might using your laptop, you might using your PC. right? You store you store whatever you do, everything, your files and all, you'll store it somewhere, right? So what kind of storage you call that as? You call that as a block storage only. Okay, please understand main difference here. What is block storage? It's like your laptop's hard disk. Okay. What is file storage? It's like you have created a file share to share a set of files with your colleagues in an enterprise. Okay, something
Google Drive.
you'll store it on cloud or in your enterprise network, right? You'll have a centralized file storage wherein your manager will also access, you will also access, it will be on cloud, something like that. Okay, that is, we call it as file storage.
We can say the Google Drive and we are using that.
Exactly. Correct. Very good. Like example, like your Google Drive. If you give access of your Google Drive to others, even they can come and access, right? It's like a centralized storage. But block storage, it is physical. It is physical, and it will be attached with your laptops or with your systems. Okay, that's the main difference. You understand block storage and file storage. This is the major difference. Now we're gonna enter into block storage. First, we'll talk about block storage. What is block storage? Right. Okay. So use case example is same. Like your hard disk attached to your computers. That's the best example for block storage. In AWS, how it relates? So it's nothing but your volume which is related to your EC2. That's it. Okay. Uh, where you can see that. Let me go into the console. So if you click on launch instance, down if you come, see, uh, when you're configuring your VPC settings, your network settings, there also you will get something called storage settings. Okay, if you see, this is your root volume. Okay, this is your storage section. Here you can see. Okay, so this storage 8 GB is attached to your EC2. Okay, it's same like your laptop. Well, even in our laptop, we'll be having hard disk of 250 TB, right? 250 GB, 500 GB. Hard disk will be there. No, it is something like that. It's like a root volume. All your OS and all will be updated here. Okay, clear. It's kind of typically one block storage device can be connected to one virtual servers only. Okay, however, you can connect multiple different block storage devices to one virtual servers. Okay, so what they're saying is, if you see here, or one block storage, it can be attached to only one server. Okay, but n number of servers, right? If the one server can have multiple block storages. Are you getting it, guys? Okay, so virtual servers is nothing but your EC2. Okay, so your EC2s can have multiple block storages. Okay, it can have multiple storage hard disk. It's okay. It's like for your laptop, you will be have your internal storage and you'll also attach external hard disk, right? You can do that, but each block storage, no, it has to attach to only one EC2. Now this block storage, let's say it has attached to EC2 1. Okay, now this same block storage cannot attach to EC2 2. Okay, it cannot. This will not happen. One block storage is for one EC2 only. It's for specifically for that only. Okay, get it right? That's what they are saying here. So clear about block storage, right? So it can be used as similar to your DAS, okay, direct attached storage, or you can attach over the internet as well. Okay, this I'm gonna show you now in the demo. This is about block storage. That's it, very simple. Okay, so it's like a hard disk attached to your laptop, or you can say it is a storage which is attached to your virtual server. One storage is uh, particularly to the one virtual service, right? So next thing is about file storage. As we told, as Gajanan told now, it's similar to that. It's like we usually use for media workflows where you need a huge shared storage. Okay, right? For YouTube and all in the background, they need some centralized cloud data, right? So wherein they will be sharing those media files, right? And even in your workplaces, there will be huge data. Everyone will be working on one piece of data only. So if you see here, there's a multiple thing you can do. Okay, each file storage can attach to multiple servers, and one virtual service can have multiple file storages. Is it clear, guys? How it works? What is the main difference between block storage and file storage? If you see here, excuse me, uh, each server is attached to multiple. Is that clear, Gajanan and Mumtaz?
Yes, multiple, sir. Where, sir, for Google Drive, if I am sharing one picture to my friends or my brother sister,
Hmm.
so that is for individual for me, or that drive is shared for all.
So Google Drive, if you give access to everyone, right?
Yeah,
If you have Google Drive, and if you give your email ID, and if you give that email ID to everyone, so that everyone can access that your Google Drive, no, that becomes shared service. That is your file
shared
storage.
service
Yeah,
like file storage.
yeah, exactly. Okay, so now you guys know the difference between block storage and file storage, right? Now under the block storage you have two types. What are those? EBS, Elastic Block Store, and Instant Store. Okay, and then under the file storage we have three types: EFS, EFS for Linux, FSH for Windows, and FSH for Lustre. Okay, for these three OS we have three different file storage. Okay, wherein in block storage single is enough. Okay, now let's get into block storage. What are these two types? Let's understand this. All right. So very simple, guys. Even though it has a lot of these things, but it's very easy to remember. Okay, only in one class you can remember entire storage service. That's how I have designed it. Okay, so let's understand. So two popular types of block storage. Okay, one is EBS, another one is Instant Store. So main difference is between Instant Store and block storage. If you see here, Instant Stores are physically attached to EC2 instance. Can you see here? Physically attached to your EC2 instance. Okay, and EC2 EBS is a network storage. That means, let me explain you. If this is your EC2, if this is EC2 is nothing but a virtual server, right? If this is your EC2, instant storage is attached with this. You will get storage with this. It is attached. Wherein EBS, if this is your EC2, if this is your EC2, you will attach EBS over a network. Okay, virtually you will attach to it. You will create EBS and you will attach to it. So what happens now? What happens is if you terminate this, okay, if you terminate this EC2, entire storage will also go down. Hello. Oh, sorry. Can you guys can hear me, right? Okay, instant storage is, if you terminate this EC2, even this storage will go down. So if you are storing here, if you are running any applications, it will go down. But in EBS, it's not like that. If you terminate this EC2, this volume still will be there. You can take this volume and you can attach to another EC2. Okay, if you feel like this is not good, okay, remove this, detach it, take this and attach to another one, right? That's the advantage over instance storage. Okay, so now you might ask, then in that case, why did they introduce instance storage? Why AWS is giving that? So when in storage is attached, which is when it is inbuilt with EC2, remember the speed. Okay, speed is huge. I mean, latency is very low here. If you process any data, if you process any application, it will do it very fast and send back. Why? Storage is attached. It is with EC2. It's very close. But here, if you see, it is attached over network. If you send any application here, okay, if you process any application, run any application here, it will take, it has to go to EBS, it take the data and it has come back. Even though it is speed, but not as speed as instance store. Okay, whenever you want very lowest latency and high speed applications, you will go with instance store. But remember, we should be ready to lose the data here. If your EC2 terminates, your data, all your data will go. Okay, in EBS, it's not like that. Even if your EC2 terminates, your EBS will be there. That's what they're saying. Okay, it's very simple, right, guys? So any doubt, guys? Instance store and EBS.
No, sir. No.
Sir, small doubt. Hello? हेलो
Hello. Yeah.
सुना रही मेरी बात?
हाँ बोलिए.
अब हमें डोमेन AWS में डोमेन चेंज कर रहे तो प्रोजेक्ट में भी सेम ऐसे ही रहता सर वर्क
हाँ,
आप बोल रहे हैं ना?
सेम.
ओके ओके सर, थैंक यू।
वही एडवांटेज है AWS का. दूसरा
हाँ,
कोर्सेस आप सीखेंगे ना तो रियल टाइम में कुछ अलग रहता है, उसका कुछ
अच्छा।
सीखना है. बट AWS में जो हम लोग जो पढ़ रहे हैं,
हम्म,
मैं रियल टाइम, मेरा डे टू डे काम यही है. एवरीडे कंसोल को लॉग इन करना है, EC2 को चेक करना है,
आपका
सिक्योरिटी चेक
प्रोजेक्ट
कर.
वर्क भी यही कैसा है?
मैं
सेम?
सिक्योरिटी में हूँ, क्लाउड सिक्योरिटी में.
अच्छा, ठीक।
मैं पूरा क्लाउड का सिक्योरिटी देखता हूँ. अभी
अच्छा,
AWS का जो ये ऐसा एक अकाउंट है, साहिल करके है, तो हमारा कंपनी में कितना
हम्म,
अकाउंट्स रहता है, उसका पूरा सिक्योरिटी देखते रहता है.
अच्छा,
ओके. Okay, so that's
ओके
the
सर,
main
थैंक यू।
difference. Main difference between instance store and EBS. Okay, here I have mentioned advantage and it was a disadvantage. Same thing what I explained. Very fast IOPS. Okay, if you want, IOPS means input and output speed. Okay, so no extra cost here. If you see, the one thing is it is of no extra cost. Okay, because you will be charged along with your EC2 only in instance store. Okay, but what is the disadvantage? It's very slow boot up. Okay, it's very slow boot up. Wherein if you talk about EBS, okay, here you will attach EBS over the network. Network block storage attached to your EC2. Okay, it's very flexible. Okay, you can remove, you can attach, you can take it to. If you see, this EBS one is attached to EC2 one. Okay, if you EC2 one terminates, you can take this EBS one attached to EC2 two. Right? It's very flexible. But when it comes to the speed, it is bit less. But when it comes to the durability, nobody can beat it. Okay, durable. If you talk about more durable, it is 10x more durable. Okay, it is a 5.9 availability. Okay, all your databases and all will be running on EBS. Okay, and then for your reference, if you are preparing for the exam or for the interview, I have prepared this comparison sheet. Please go through this. Okay, so what is the life cycle of EBS and instance store? Okay, which is high costly, more speed, EBS or if you just read this and go, you can remember entire thing about EBS storage. All right, any doubt here, guys? So what all we have cleared now when it comes to the storage service in AWS? What are the three types of storage we have? Block storage, file storage, and object storage. In block storage, what are the two types? Just now we discussed now. EBS and instance storage. Okay. So now you guys are cleared about EBS storage and instance storage, right? So when do we use instance storage and when do we use elastic block storage? Still we haven't touched this file storage. So any doubt here, guys? Is it clear? Gajanan and Mumtaz.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there's a small one more topic called SSD and HDD types. Okay, in EBS you will get something called Amazon EBS. It also offers HDD and SSD. Okay, like your S3, you will just go and select S3 bucket and create, right? But in Elastic Block Storage, it is not like that. It will ask you to select whether you want to go for HDD or SSD. Okay, what is SSD? It is a solid state drive, and what is HDD? It is a hard disk drive. Okay, so let us see what is the difference. Okay, where you can see in console, let me show you. So if you go here, so let's say if you want to create volumes, see under the elastic block store, if you want to create a volume, so see here it is asking volume type. Okay, whether you want to go for SSD or you want to go for HDD. Okay, this I'll explain you now what is SSD and what is HDD. Okay, it's very simple, very simple. I'll explain you within 1 or 2 lines. Okay, so SSD means whenever we want high, okay, or like minimal workload. Okay, not very high. Whenever we have very minimum workload, IOPS is minimum. It can only go up to 16,000 IOPS. So IOPS means you know it, right? IOPS means input and output per second. Okay, IOPS means what they're saying is in 1 second how many input requests can come and how many output requests can go. So here, if you select SSD, what they're saying up to 16,000 IOPS per second you can give. It is general purpose. Okay, so it is usually used for small case for the database and everything. But if you want more IOPS, okay, if you want more than 16,000, okay, like your application is like Flipkart, Amazon, if you see in big billion days in 1 second, throughout India will click, right there and all, more IOPS will be there, right? So in that case, if you have very large relational database or if you have very big application, you can go with provisioned IOPS. So here your IOPS will be 64,000, up to 64,000 it can take in a second, right? That's the main difference, guys. Okay, general purpose SSD and provision IOPS SSD. Same way, if you talk about HDD, right? So HDD is something like your hard disk drive. Okay, it is used for frequently access throughput intensive sequential workloads. Okay, like your inbuilt application. If you build application using your own storage, then you'll go with HDD. Okay, it is very less cost. Okay, remember this is only used for infrequent data, not for more. So in general, if your storage is depend on IOPS, right? If you want higher IOPS, what you will do? You'll go with SSD. Just remember this SSD type. Okay, if your storage is depending, very rarely you access your storage. Okay, if your is archival storage, very rarely, like your medical records, right, rarely you access it, then you can go with HDD. So HDD is cheaper compared to SSD. So SSD we have two types and HDD we have two types. So what are those types? That's what we saw here. So if you see here, general purpose SSD, and provision IOPS. Okay, if you see here in general purpose, we have IOPS of 3000. If I select provision IOPS, see, you can give maximum 5000, right? If you want, you can even still increase it. Okay, see, its IOPS are greater than 64,000. Is it clear, guys? These are very small things. Okay, if you remember it, right, you will complete entire storage service in AWS. So any doubt here? Shall we do one demo now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No doubt. Can move ahead.
Yeah, sure. Right. So we'll do one demo now. What we're gonna do is now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create 3 EC2. So I'm gonna create instance A in availability zone A, instance B in availability zone A, but for instance B, I'll attach secondary volume. And then I'm going to create one more instance here, which is in different availability zone. All right, so let's do it. Go to EC2.
All three are different availability zone, right?
No. These two are different, same availability zone, but it has extra volume attached. Your EBS is attached here. I will attach EBS here in instance B.
Okay. It's on the network
So,
message.
only instance C is in different zone. I'll show you now, don't worry. So go to launch instance. All right. Wait, you guys know what is AMI and all, right? You remember that class? Amazon Machine Image. Okay. So this is my instance here. So everything I'm keeping it default. I'm gonna create new key pair. Just click down. Okay. So here, if you see the networking settings, I'm selecting availability zone 1A. I'll select. Okay. So I'm putting this EC2 in availability zone 1A. And if you see storage, I only have root storage here. Okay, that's it. Very basic. Just create on launch. All right. So let us see our instance. All right. So now we have instance A in availability zone. We have only root volume. Now we're going to create instance B in the same availability zone, but we'll attach secondary volume. So what happens when you attach secondary volume? What all you can do with it? You just click on it, actions, go to image and templates, launch more like this so that it will save our time. I don't have to define everything. So it will give all the details which I filled for instance A. Only thing I need to change my name and I'll attach my external volume. Okay, just name I'm changing, rest all I'm keeping it same. Okay, but zone also I should keep the same thing, right? Versus one here. Here I'm attaching new volume. So if you see here, this is my EBS volume. Okay, this is my root volume. Okay, all the volumes which you attach is EBS volume. Okay, so you can go and see if you want, you can encrypt your data as well. Okay, if you want, you can select your file system, you can change your file system. If you want, you can increase your GB. Minimum is 4. Okay, so here you have volume types. Okay, whether you're going with SSD, HDD. Just now I explained, right, what is the difference. So if you want, you can increase your IOPS, you can encrypt your data, whatever you store your data, right, in volume. That also you can encrypt it. But if you are encrypting, you should have your keys. Okay, see, yesterday we have created S3 keys, right? If you want, we can use those
Yeah,
keys to
KMS
encrypt.
and S3.
So how does it encrypt? It encrypts using KMS. Okay, that's the most advanced option AWS has given. Now delete on termination, you have given no. That means what it is saying, even if you delete your EC2, if you terminate your EC2, this volume will not be deleted. If you give S, if your EC2 deletes, this also gets deleted. Okay, all this option you'll get for this thing only. Okay, so here this is the root volume. Okay, you cannot do much change here because all your AMI, OS and all will run on this root. Extra storages and all you can store in this thing, your EBS volume. All right, so let's go and launch it. So now instance A is in same zone, instance B in the same zone with second volume. Just I have to create one more instance in another zone. Quickly go here, select instance, action, manage template, launch more like this. Okay, I'm going to launch instance C. Here I am not attaching any external volume. So here I'm going to select another zone. 1B I'm selecting. All right, so that's it. Let's launch it. Now we'll get to know how it works. Okay, guys. So now instance A is ready, instance B is ready, instance C is ready. Now, so instance A and B is working on same availability zone. Okay, if you see here, subnet ID 6A0. This should be same. Yeah, 6A0. If you see, these both are in same subnets. That means it is in the same availability zone. But if you see this instance C, it will be in other subnet zone. That is in another zone. Now, in real time, when we are working, so suppose now instance B, we have external storage, we have EBS volume, we are working. Okay. So now you want to remove this volume and attach to instance A or C. First, we'll try to attach to instance C. Will this work or not? Go to volumes. Okay, here you can see which volume. Okay, this is our instance B secondary volume. right? This is our instance B secondary volume. Now what we'll do, we'll detach this volume. Okay, now I have removed it. I've removed from instance B. I'll try to attach to instance Z. So it's available. It is not in use. Okay, now I'll select this. Okay, it will take some time, okay, to refresh to show this option. Please wait. You guys are getting it right, what I'm doing.
Yeah, you are attaching one volume to another incident.
So you can, this is what the advantage of volumes, EBS volumes. You can remove and you can attach to any other instance, but there's a catch, okay? When you are attaching volume, you can only attach to in the same zone. Okay, so this volume, okay, the secondary volume is there. Now I've created in, let's say in one zone, okay, in availability zone B. Okay, you can attach to EC2 instance which is in same availability zone. Please remember, if it's in another availability zone,
It will not possible.
yeah,
Right?
it is not. Oh, that's what I'm going to show you now. Okay, I'm going to
Uh-huh.
show now. So this is our secondary volume. Just take some time to boot up. Volumes, it takes a lot of time to show up. Hmm. See, now I got that option. Okay, now I'm going to attach this. Okay, if you see this volume, this is the ID, and this is in US East A. Let's say it's in availability zone 1A. Now you can attach to only where, see, instance B and instance A. You can attach either one of this. You cannot attach to another zone. So even though I have instance C is running, but why it is not showing? Because it is in different zone. Okay. So previously this volume was in instance B. Now I'm going to attach to instance A. See how simple is that? Any doubts, guys? Is it clear how EBS volumes can be removed and attached? Okay, if you are using instant storage, you can't do this. Okay, well, if you are going with instant store, you can't do this removing and attaching. Any doubt here, guys? Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so that's what about the volumes. Now, in interview, what they will do? Okay, zones are okay. Now they'll ask you, okay, so now let's say I'm working on this Northeast Virginia region. Now I want same volume. Okay, so in this volume, in secondary volume, we have all our important database running. Okay, so this volume, I want to move it to the right. I want to launch instance using this volume in another region. I want to launch it in, let's say, in Ohio. What will you do? What you need to do in that case? So then comes your something called snapshot. Okay, so in that case, okay, then comes your snapshot. Okay, this is we'll talk about ABS snapshot. Okay, snapshots are incremental. Okay, you don't lose
One
data.
second, sir. Sir, you are replacing this volume to another region or another zone.
Another, if this volume is in one zone, okay,
Right.
so in each region we have 3 zones, 4 zones, 6, maximum 6 zones.
Uh-huh.
Okay, in a region, if you want to use it to the right in the same zone, you can use it, or you can create one more, and you can use it for the same different zones. But same volume, if you want to use it to the different region, okay, now we are in, we can, but yeah, using snapshot, we can do that.
Using snapshot. Okay.
That's what I'll show you now.
Correct.
Okay. So we can do it using snapshot. Okay, it's just like copying of your data, snapshot. Just like if you how you will take a screenshot, say everything same, you will get one replica, right? Snapshot is something like that. If you create snapshot, same whatever is there, your original volume, it will take a replica of it. And using that replica, you can create volume. Okay, so I'll show you now how it works. Right, now focus here. Now we have secondary volume in North Virginia. Now, say in this volume, we have stored some important database and all. We are not afford to lose it. So what we'll do, secondary volume, create a snapshot. So, okay, I'll take a snapshot. That means I'm taking screenshot, right? In simple words, if I say I'm taking screenshot, that means I am getting duplicate copy of this.
Like on.
Right, I'm taking a snapshot of this, my secondary volume. Okay, snapshot. All right, create a snapshot. Okay, so now successfully created snapshot. We'll go here, we'll see. Yeah, so snapshot is ready. Now using this snapshot, okay, if you see here, you can create volume. You can create volume from this snapshot. You can create image from this, or you can copy snapshot, right? You can delete. See, this is the option you're giving. Now, so now we're going to create a volume. Okay, right? And here, right, you can change the zones. Okay, so sorry, regions cannot be changed. Region will be there, right? If you want to move your storage, right, from different zones, you can go with snapshot. Okay, see, from this snapshot, I'm creating same volume. I'm getting it in different zone. Okay, so let me put it in US 1D. If you want, you can encrypt this now. If you want, you can encrypt this. Okay, let's create volume. All right, so let's get into the volume. Now let's focus here. This secondary volume, where is it? It is in US East 1A, okay, which is our original volume. Now we have taken a snapshot of it, right? We have created same volume in different zone. Okay, so I think this might be this thing. Yes, can you see it here? Zone is different now. So what did I do? I'll show you now. I'll show you with diagram. You guys will get it. This is North Virginia, okay? North Virginia region. So here we have 6 availability zones. That means 6 subnets, right? Is
वन
it clear?
सेकंड सर अभी आपने जो ट्रांसफर किया मान लीजिए उस वॉल्यूम में मेरा 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 कुछ फाइल है
हाँ
तो क्या सेम फाइल
हाँ,
डिफरेंट एबिलिटी जोन में अवेलेबल रहेगा या डिलीट हो जाएगा?
यस रहेगा। वही इसका ये है ना, रहेगा। अभी नॉर्थ वर्जीनिया में आपका EC2 है, ओके, आपका EC2 है। EC2 का एक EBS जो पार्ट है, समझो आप अवेलेबिलिटी जोन 1, अवेलेबिलिटी 1 जोन 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, ओके। अभी एक वॉल्यूम मैंने पहले अवेलेबिलिटी जोन 1 में था, एक वॉल्यूम, ओके। इस पे आपका पूरा इंपॉर्टेंट फाइल्स, डेटाबेस पूरा अवेलेबिलिटी जोन 1 पे था ऑलरेडी, जो हम लोग में दिखा है ना, पहले लॉन्च किया ना। और क्या किया, जब रिक्वायरमेंट आया, आई वांट टू मूव दिस डेटा टू डिफरेंट अवेलेबिलिटी जोन, मैंने क्या किया, आई टुक अ स्नैपशॉट ऑफ इट। फर्स्ट आई टुक स्नैपशॉट, फ्रॉम दिस स्नैपशॉट I created a volume, right? And then I moved into the availability zone 6. So basically same volume, same data, all the data will be there, but I have moved into the this thing.
मतलब कि इंडिया का सेम डाटा यूएस जोन में चाहेंगे ट्रांसफर, तो सेम डाटा यूएस जोन में ट्रांसफर
सेम
हो
डेटा
जाएगा।
आ रहेगा। ओके, ऐसा करेगा तो क्या होगा ना, आपका डिजास्टर रिकवरी स्ट्रांग हो जाएगा। अभी देखो, अभी एक आपका प्रोजेक्ट का है, जो भी डेटा अवेलेबिलिटी जोन 1 पे रख रहे हो, 3 पे रख रहे हो, 4 पे रख रहे हो, कितना आपका डिजास्टर रिकवरी स्ट्रांग हो जाएगा ना। समझो अभी एक जोन डाउन हो गया, आपके पास अभी 2 कॉपीज है, समझे? तो अब इधर भी डाउन हो जाएगा और एक कॉपी बचा रहेगा, इससे भी आप स्नैपशॉट लेके, तो ऐसा यूज करते हैं स्नैपशॉट रियल टाइम में, ये
तो
बहुत।
सर जो पहले एवेट जोन ए में था पहले, तो ए वाला भी रहेगा, और जो आपने यूएस
हाँ
बी में
हाँ हाँ,
दिया
वो वही
तो
दिखा है
उधर भी
ना अभी
रहेगा।
हाँ
हाँ,
देखो,
तो
ये
तो
वाला
अगर,
मेरा
हाँ,
मेरा
अगर
पहला
अगर आपने कुछ
ओरिजिनल है।
इसके बाद है सर, अगर आपने इसके बाद कुछ और एक्स्ट्रा 2 जीबी 10 जीबी इसमें पुट कर दिए, डाल दिए, तो क्या वो फाइल फोटो या वीडियो डाले, तो क्या इंडिया में डाले, तो क्या वो यूएस में भी वो फाइल होगा, दिखेगा कि नहीं?
वही बोल रहे थे, स्नैपशॉट और इंक्रीमेंटल होगा, ये एसिंक्रोनस प्रोसेस में होगा, स्लोली
हाँ
दिखाएगा,
हाँ,
एक ही बार नहीं दिखाएगा। ओके, सो होगा बट स्लोली होगा। ओके, वो एसिंक्रोनस प्रोसेस में होगा, स्नैपशॉट्स और इंक्रीमेंटल, तो आप डेटा तो लूज नहीं होगा फॉर श्योर। ओके, अभी देखो मेरा सेम सेकेंडरी वॉल्यूम है ना, यही वॉल्यूम है अभी, इस पे अवेलेबल जोन 1 में है, सेम वॉल्यूम इधर भी है। देखो 4 GB 4 GB, बट इन डिफरेंट जोन। तो अभी
हाँ,
ये लूज करेगा तो भी ये रहेगा ना। दिस इज हाउ यू यूज
यस
इट।
यस,
ओके, सो अभी क्या करो आप लोग ना, आपको एक बार छोटा सा एक असाइनमेंट कर लो, राइट? आप कर लेगा तो और अच्छा होगा। आप क्या करो, पहले एक एक जोन में ना, एक अवेलेबिलिटी जोन में, तो आप नॉर्थ वर्जीनिया ही ट्राई करो। नॉर्थ वर्जीनिया में EC2 क्रिएट करो और एक सेकेंडरी वॉल्यूम अटैच करो उसे EBS, और ये EC2 के थ्रू आप थोड़ा एक फाइल क्रिएट करो। आपको लिनक्स पूरा पता है ना? ओके, एक फाइल, बेसिक फाइल क्रिएट करो कुछ, और वो फाइल इस पे स्टोर करो। ओके, तो इस पे स्टोर करो, बाद में ना स्टोर होने के बाद इसको रिमूव करके नॉर्थ वर्जीनिया पे ही, ओके, अवेलेबिलिटी जोन 2 पे जाओ और EC2 लॉन्च करो, और एक EC2 लॉन्च करो, और जो जो वॉल्यूम इधर है ना, जो वॉल्यूम EBS, इसका स्नैपशॉट लेके इससे एक वॉल्यूम क्रिएट करो, और जो ये वॉल्यूम होता है ना, वो इधर EC2 को अटैच करो, कि यही वॉल्यूम, तब
हाँ,
क्या होगा ना, आप जो भी फाइल इधर स्टोर किया था ना, वो आप इधर भी देख सकते हो। आप करके देखो, बहुत मजा आएगा उस पे।
यस
ओके, सो दिस इज
यस,
अबाउट EBS गाइस, EBS एंड स्नैपशॉट। ओके, सो हम लोग अभी ब्लॉक स्टोर कंप्लीट किए, कंप्लीट ब्लॉक स्टोर, इंस्टेंस स्टोरेज, और HDD, SSD। अभी कल ना हम लोग EFS के बारे में बात करते हैं, what is EFS or different types, and we have something called storage gateway। अभी ये पूरा क्लाउड का है, चलो ये पूरा क्लाउड का आप समझ लोगे। अभी ना कंपनी, बहुत लोग कंपनी हाइब्रिड यूज करते हैं। अभी आपका पास 100 GB ऑफ एप्लीकेशन डेटा रहेगा ना, वो लोग क्या करते हैं ना, थोड़ा क्लाउड में स्टोर करते हैं। ओके, और एक कॉपी ऑन प्रेम में भी रखते हैं वो लोग, और एक गेटवे क्रिएट करते हैं, गेट सर का पना क्रिएट करके, ये दो भी सिंक करते हैं वो लोग, सो दैट आपका क्लाउड डाउन हो गए तो भी आपका ऑन प्रेम में कॉपी रहेगा। ऐसा भी करते हैं। ओके, ये भी मैं
अच्छा,
सिखाता हूँ इन नेक्स्ट क्लास। ओके, दिस वी कॉल इट एज स्टोरेज गेटवे। ये कैसे करते हैं, व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट टाइप्स, ओके, कौन से AWS अलाउ कर रहा है, वो पूरा मैं दिखाता हूँ। ओके, सो विल सी यू इन tomorrow's class। ओके गाइस,
ओके,
ओके, बाय, टेक
बाय,
केयर।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू, नाइस
बाय,
नाइस सेशन।
थैंक यू गजानन, बाय।